Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. I know that energy is fluid, so again, interpret the message as it best resonates for you because it is fluid. Energy is fluid. So again, never force anything. Always take what you need, leave the rest. Now, if you resonate with this video, give me a like, comment the magic word in your comment bar. Again, let's see what that word is. It's tactlessness. It was use that word too to start the reading. And I always use my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer deck, because I like to look at the karmic themes, the spiritual lessons, because that's going to let us know why certain stories unfold within your situation. Now, if you're new to the channel, again, and you resonate, do those three things. It'll automatically get you entering into winning a free psychic reading with me. I pull one person once a week. Now, you'll know if I chose you if I wrote the word winner underneath your comment, and we'll just correspond back on YouTube to find out the best time and date. All giveaway readings are done either before a live stream or after a live stream, but they're always done live. This way, there's no discrepancies, like do they really happen? And also because I believe in spiritual law. And so it's, again, what is best for everyone involved. And a lot of times when we're doing a reading, it's not just what's best for the person that's getting the reading. It's what's best for any random person that needs to hear the reading. Again, energy goes to energy. We get what we need. Sometimes it's not what we like. Sometimes the message isn't what we like, but it's always what we need. So I just wanted to put that out there. Any important links you'll find in the comment bar, the description box below. You can find my Patreon link. Patreon link, by the way, has different subscriptions, either to my coaching program that starts off at $7.99 a month or $9.99 a month. Now, what's great about my shadow healing program is that we work on inner child, shadow healing, and reparenting, and we do meditation, we do breath work, and we do EFT, as well as many other different healing modalities. And so do I look at what's going to happen within your situation? Yes, but I look at how we can shape shift your reality, how we can quantum jump into the reality that you want with your situation through looking at the wounds, through looking at how you need to transmute negative energy, and how you need to, again, shape shift certain energies to get the reality you want. So it's just a more ethical way of doing readings, and it's a way of giving you back your power, because that's really what it's all about, especially if we're dealing with energy like this, tactlessness. Obviously, that, again, that energy is of a very low vibration. It's people, again, are tacky for many different reasons. Here, I'm feeling like someone just only cares about themselves. Someone, again, never was taught from a spiritual perspective. Someone's living in a survival state of mind. Tactlessness means living from, again, what your needs are, your desires are. That's the energy that is what I'm feeling. And I'm kind of feeling like maybe, again, Gemini, either you're dealing with an energy like that, or maybe at one time you had energy like that. We'll see. And when we come from a fear-based consciousness, it's not uncommon to have energy that's, of a low vibration, because there's a sense of no one else is going to take care of me. The problem is, if we live long periods of time like that, it really is draining of our energy. And then what happens is that we're always stressed out, first of all, because it's not coming from our true sense of self. And then we perceive everyone else around us to be of that same consciousness. Again, Christ consciousness, which is actually the opposite of this energy. So you may be someone that has a lot of light energy, is what I'm feeling, Gemini. Someone that is a high vibration, someone that is a go with the flow type of person, and but is also a deep type of person, and that you're attracted to someone that has this negative energy, that you have been dealing with someone that again is only cares about themselves. And so you may say, well, why is that? Well, we get what we need. So understand you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. So when we're seeing such paradox energy, opposites attract. Well, it's also if you're light, a lot of malls go to like the light, right? Well, you'll attract everything when you are of this energy. So if it's not so much what you're attracting, is why are you attached to that energy? Because all different energy comes in and out of our life. If you are interactive in your life, you're going to interact with all different kinds of energy. You need to ask yourself, why are you still attached to that energy? Because like you said, if you're feeding something, you would feel attached, and that feeding it could mean just giving it your thoughts, like letting it hold space within your mind, letting that person like have your focus. Timelessness. And I feel like it's because it's a real like soul's connection. So you're connected to somebody that isn't on like a high vibration again, and that has treated you in a poor way, is what I'm feeling. Not uncommon here. We do shadow readings, and shadow readings are exposed within what happens within a person's situation. So you said karmic relationships are ones that, again, they don't logically make sense. They're ones, again, that resonate more with the soul, the feeling. There's a lot of soul recognition. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of alchemy energies, because this type of relationship, that's where you're on a very high vibration and this person on a very low vibration. But here we are, it's a timeless connection, which means, again, through time and space, depending on what we do in this lifetime. So you may be attracted to someone from your, again, a past life, karmic mate, because this would be a karmic mate. Because again, those relationships transcend all time and space, right? It's again, and so let's look at the past lives. Just curious to see, because I know that this is a past life karmic mate, because again, high vibration, low vibration, but the connection is still timeless. So it's from a past life, because again, there's a soul recognition. There's a familiarity, a comfortability. But what did they play? Farm. Egypt. Lessons and blessings. So I feel like, again, as you can see, we have two totally different places here. Like a farm in Egypt, it couldn't possibly get any different. Couldn't possibly get any different. So I feel like, again, the karmic lesson here is again, at one point in time that you again were from Egypt, again, and your customs were different. The way what you felt was important was based on, again, the environment that you grew up in, the customs that you had, the passed down ancestral lessons and blessings that you were taught, right? And the same thing goes for your person. That, again, it was more like they grew up in a farm, but there's many differences here. However, there's also a lot of blessings. So we know, again, lessons and blessings. Again, we wouldn't get lessons with blessings unless we could integrate that lesson. So again, it's being able to see things from a different perception. I just feel like, again, two different ways of living. Two different ways of living. So again, we see the paradox, and then the blessing comes from being able to see a situation differently. Right? Love makes us do that. And also learning how to not just jump into the relationship, right? Because there is this soul connection, and accepting it just because this person, again, is entering back into your life in this lifetime doesn't mean that you need to be with them. The lesson and the blessing could be not choosing this person and seeing your life completely different and easy, because sometimes too, when we see things from two totally different perceptions, then our energy, it just doesn't mesh well with that person. So understand the tactlessness could be that your person sees you as being, again, too much is a certain way that makes them feel uncomfortable. And it could be that your life is too easy, your life is too good, you're too happy, you're too, again, high vibration. And then they're looking around at your life, assuming that your life is easy, but they're not taking the time to really get to know you. And the two different perceptions of how we approach life and what we believe is important is going to seem different, and it's going to seem uncomfortable. But it doesn't transcend that the fact that love is still love, and it doesn't matter. It transcends time and space. Like, you can't manipulate it. You can't change it. You can say, I don't like the fact that you like love this person, or that you love that. It's, again, it's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's again, it's of unconditional love, meaning that there's no restrictions, there's no boundaries, there's no separation. We can't destroy that unconditional love, even though, like, the person could be like from on a low vibration. They could be on a low vibration because they are not coming from their true sense. They have a lot of fear inside themselves. You don't know, we'll soon find out. But the lesson and the blessing is also learning that love transcends all time and space. But does that mean that we should be with the person? No. But that's not what this is. This not what this spiritual energy is really depicting. The spiritual energy is telling us what is influencing your energy, Gemini. And what's influencing your energy right now is the fact that you're attached to someone that's on a low vibration, and it transcends all time and space. And the problem is not just that they're not on the same vibration as you, it's the fact that they're, again, they're negative. You know, that they didn't treat you. I feel like your thoughts are so different that it triggers them to not treat you well, is what I'm getting at. It's like the different having to look at things. So again, when we are with people that they are that we do have unconditional love for, the whole point is that you can't change it. So that's that's what I believe you're both actually coming to, this awareness, which is like, God, this has gone on for so long that I feel like it's again, a past life. So, it's not just this life, this has been going on for so long. And, but I still love you and I still care about you. So it's again, and I've tried not to, and I've tried to walk away, and I've tried to, but I just can't, because it's on such a high vibration. This unconditional love, Christ consciousness, is all about evolving into the highest state of consciousness, which is unconditional love. And so if we have a lot of spiritual blocks because, we have perceptions of what life should be, or we've created a lot of negative energy because we were maybe in this energy, and this energy could also just be self-indulgent, meaning I'm not thinking about anyone else except for myself. I'm in a place of, regardless of what's going on, it's like I think about my needs. But even though I acted bad, there's still, again, the blessing and the lesson is that I still have feelings. So learning what unconditional love really is about is really a blessing. So, and knighthood. So again, I feel like your person was like my first impression of a knight. Now, knights tend to rush in and they're action takers, right, in the tarot. But I always feel like they're stern. They wear all this metal. You never can depict like a knight, with a smile on. I feel like knights come in and they're ready to fight. They got their sword. They don't need to. Some could be messengers, but they're not kings. They're knights. So this person could have been a little bit of a player, right? So someone that wasn't 100% evolved enough to be with you because on that level. And sometimes, again, the spiritual karmic lesson, when we feel that there is this soul deep connection that we really have feelings for, but the person isn't on the high enough vibration because, again, they're used to being on an extra low vibration. So even though they're raising their vibration to be with you, that doesn't mean they've mastered all the lessons. It means they're putting their best foot forward. They're really trying to be conscious of how they act, but we can only fake the funk of who we truly are, for so long. So we're going to see flaws. And that's why, again, you don't usually read these cards upside down, but I'm actually calling two like that. It's like, again, that this knight is a knight, and a knight where they're kind of like figuring things out. Maybe not a very good communicator either, because, like, again, tactlessness doesn't always mean that the person's being shady, though I feel like at one time this person was shady. I feel like I don't know how to articulate. I don't know how to, express myself. I don't know how to be vulnerable. I don't know how. So I do a lot of things to hide. I wear a lot of different masks. And in that, I'm only really caring about myself. Like, you're seeing the end result, and the end result from fear, regardless of whether the intention is, oh, I just don't want people to see the flaws within me, or I want to get over on you. It's, again, it looks the same, because, again, the energy is just energy. So it's, again, and here it is again, this high vibrational energy of monk or nun. So this person is like, again, sees your light. And again, I feel like some of you are very like spiritual, like you go with the flow of life. You go to practice. It's how you honor yourself. It's how you live your life that's inspiring this person. Otherwise, you wouldn't be bright enough to cast light on this person's shadows, make them want to come to you. But again, or does that mean that they're healed? No. That's why it would be karmic. That's why it's important to see that, because that means you have to learn something. You have to say, why is this person in my life? Why is this person in my life? What am I supposed to know? Now I'm going to look at some wounds we're going to look at some and that might play out as a karmic theme, something that happens, and we're going to look at the triggers. Out of tune, in your own world, rebel without a cause. You don't have to be alone. So maybe, again, you're both highly sensitive people, and you both never really felt comfortable in your own skin. So like goes to like, you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. So if I don't feel comfortable with me and I feel like I don't fit in, then I haven't met my tribe. And if I haven't really met my tribe, then there's a perception that I don't really, that people don't receive me well. I don't like who I am. And so again, but is that true? No. That's the perception of who you perceive that you are. That's what the mask is saying. That's the parts that we have dissociated from, the shadow aspect of yourself. Actually, the mask is portraying, you know, who we want to be, but we're wearing that mask because we've disassociated and detached from the elements of ourselves that we feel like there's something wrong with us. And again, when we feel out of tune, I feel like there's something off with me. And that could be, again, I think too much, I feel too much, I get in my own way. I feel like the person that you're connected to gets in their own way a lot, where you don't. Life seems easy. Again, you're a spiritual person. You live more from your intuition. You live more from your bliss. You live more from your happy place. And this person doesn't know their happy place because they don't really know who they are, which is making them feel out of tune. And I feel like at one time you felt that way, but again, you found your way. And that was not through living more from a logical, analytical mind, but living more from your passion. So I feel like you're very invested within your career. You're very invested in your passions, your hobbies, your interests. So to them, it looks like life is easy for you, even though I'm sure life is not easy. It's a perception. Just two people living two totally different ways of being. So again, if you're living your passion, again, you look like you're having fun. It looks like life is easy for you, where this person is always in the grind and working hard, and money's hard to obtain. And it's like, again, I'm coming from a survival perspective, meaning that there's never enough. I don't have enough. It's like, it's tiresome. It's exhausting. It's against the laws of love, the laws of nature, the laws of the universe. So you know that this person's out of alignment, and they were on a low vibration because, again, they felt out of tune. You would feel out of tune if you don't know who you are. So again, this person wants to do the right thing. So again, they're a knight. Thank God they're not a page. So they are stepping it up, but are they where they should be on your level? No. Search. Again, they're searching. They're searching and for someone to help them. And I feel like you may be searching for someone to give you something that you're lacking within inside yourself. And this person, there was such a deep connection to them. Again, past life soulmate, there would be, well, it's again, and you miss that sense of connection, that understand that the soul recognizes. It's not a surface, like, let's get together. So you may be someone that is, again, dating a lot of different people and there's no real connection and there's no one really fit. But this person, you know, there is a connection, but they're not on the right vibration. Reckless. And the reason why is, again, being thoughtless, taking dangerous risks, practice mindfulness. So you could be reckless if you're with this person 100% because you can lose yourself because this person's not ready. They're reckless if they again are gonna try to continue to live on the path that they were before you came into their life and influence their life. Because understand, soul relationships are all about making us change. We wouldn't want to do that. What happens is something inspires us, someone changes us, someone affects us. And so again, the recklessness is that your person has a bad tendency of being reckless because they don't really know who they are. They're always on the search. So, and that's coming from real tactless point of view. It's only about themselves. However, you came into their life where, again, you guys wound up reconnecting from a past life to this life, and there is a timeless connection. However, your person feels like out of tune normally, but there is this soul connection, and they are so attracted to you, again, making it like your life is so easy. So the lesson and the blessings is, again, the unconditional love, but the lesson and the blessing is also making this person change and possibly change to a higher vibration. And you, again, the blessing is the wisdom that comes from this type of relationship, which might be, you learn your balance. It's not an all or nothing type of relationship. It's not one that you can obviously control, like where you're like, I don't want it to be in this person's life, because again, you can't stop. You can say that, but you'd be consistently fighting against yourself, because there is this unconditional love there. So it's one where the relationship feels right to be together, but it's because there's lots of lessons to learn. And on this, from this particular story, it's because the person that you're connected to, more than you, needed to raise their vibration. They weren't. They coming from a place of all about themselves, again, and coming from a very low vibration because of their consciousness of what they've been around. Again, we think of when you grow up on a farm, right? I mean, a long time ago, like a lot of farmers, they're poor. Not just poor, they worked hard. They worked long, they worked hard. And so again, money is hard to come by. Money, like, it depends on how well the weather is going to be, especially with crops. If there was no rain, then they lost money. So it's, again, anything could go, having to be on top. So coming already from a little bit of a survival perspective, because we're talking about farmers from about 50 to 100 years ago, because our ancestors passed down the behaviorisms. So you got to figure that your person has inherited that many behaviorisms. And sure, as different devices came into play, it made farming a little bit easier. However, you needed to have that money to obtain that new merchandise in order to make your farm run like easier for you. So again, the mind would still not be caught up to that level of consciousness that, hey, well, like, it's easy to be a farmer now. No. And also understand, a lot of farmers weren't educated. They weren't worldly. So again, anything that was any difference was seen as, again, made the person, not comfortable, mainly because they weren't comfortable with themselves, because again, their life was hard. Their life, again, remember that how life was many years ago. We have luxuries now, but those luxuries were, again, not available. And the different perception, but understand the light is really what makes that attraction. Again, your person attracted to you. For you, I do believe that the contrast, but it's also that soul familiarity. Who knows whether your person was a nicer person in a past life, but nevertheless, they would still have the same wounds, so they wouldn't necessarily be able to be nicer. They would still, again, the wounds are the same. So whether it could be that you were the same level of consciousness at one point that they were, and this life has made you evolve, and it means that you've done a lot of work on yourself. So it's not that we're not supposed to. So we can say, well, why is this person in my life? Well, obviously it's a soul relationship, so it's to teach you. And it's mainly to create balance a lot of times, because it's not an all or nothing type of thing. So this deck is so big. that we are going to pull 3 cards and just see what other wisdom. We'll pull 2 from this and then end off on last one. So let's see. I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. So again, the person knows that they have to raise their vibration. They know that. But understand, this is what made them not raise their vibration to begin with. So, you know, that song, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Well, you know, your person is like, they'll do anything for love because it's a soul relationship. They want to do it. As long as it's like, again, in reason. And love, obviously, we can't control love. There's that. So understand, your person is conflicted because of their own shadows, their own wounds. Like I said, they're still a knight. They're not a king. They still need to do healing. They still have those shadows. They didn't do enough work. So like in a tarot, it might almost look like this person was younger than you, but it's not that they're younger, they're just not as evolved. But their own love for you will make them, again, change, heal. Now, we can't make a person heal. We can't make a person love us. And we can't make a person change. But if a person loves you, they'll change. And so that's the thing. It doesn't mean that there's not anxiety there. It means the passion for the relationship is what makes this person actually become what they want to become, because they're not capable to do it themselves. Their focus is on the passion. That fire is the only energy that transmutes spiritual wounds where, you know, we're not like of fear. And again, tactlessness is all about fear. Okay, I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I judge this situation instead of surrender to it. And that's, again, like I said, they're not 100% there. They're still fighting it a little bit because it's a different way of thinking. You're asking this person to not think from a survival perspective. That's going to take time. That's why I said healing is a process, and without them becoming themselves, and without them like knowing who they are, and we have to again find who we are and stop searching for who we are and searching for the next best thing. Is that we have to create it. So I believe the way that you live, the light. So this isn't so much, oh, that you're such a monk or whatever. I believe it represents spiritual, which is like you live in alignment with spiritual laws, which are the laws of the universe. And because of that, life seems to be easy for you, where this person has nothing but problems in their life. And that's why it would be a karmic if you were with them right now. So you could still be with them, but it would need to be like full of boundaries. You would need to set the stage, and you would have to also be able to deal with getting triggered by them, because understand, this person is still fearful. They don't know who they are. And now people can be with that person, understand, as long as you have a big, rich life. Meaning like you're really invested in your life, have a lot of friends, maybe again, travel, have a life outside of this person. If you're looking for this person to be your life, it's not going to work. Or to be a big part of your life right now, it's not going to work because they're not healed enough. They don't know who they are. They feel out of tune. I believe at one time you did feel that way. It's like, you healed yourself. However, you still get the karmic test. And that karmic test is, are you going to abandon who you are? Or are you going to find your balance within the situation? Because understand, finding your balance will inevitably make this person change, because they have strong feelings for you. They like your life. They want to mirror your life. They want to be part of your life. So you have to give that person hope, but you can't lose yourself. So is it a hard relationship? Yes, because it's a karmic relationship, but it teaches you how to not let other people manipulate you. It teaches you about unconditional love, meaning, well, person can get mad all that they want, but if they're true and they really do care, they'll surrender their ego. They'll find their balance. You'll both find your balance in the situation. And I think that that's what the blessing is. One more from the universe about, again, any other healing advice that we can have for this type of relationship that is not the easiest relationship at all. Inner beauty. I open the eyes of my heart and direct my gaze to the light within every being. Personality and physical appearance are in the image of man. Beauty and goodness are in the image of God. So it's, again, connecting to the divinity in your person, and then connecting to you is actually what has transcended this time and space. So you're still going to think differently. You're still going to trigger each other. However, when you look at the relationship from a spiritual perspective and say, well, I can't control it because I've already tried to walk away and I don't really want to like this person, but again, I can't control who I have feelings for. Your person feels the same way. Well, then it would be to educate them about being in a spiritual union and having them realize it's more, the triggers are more about what needs healing within inside of them, and understand that the unconditional love that you have for each other is what's really transcended time and space, and that can never die. It'll always be there. So we have a choice, and the choice is that either we can focus on, everything of the past, or we can focus on the love. And that's really what this is saying, because it doesn't, your person still has feelings. Acceptance. I accept every step that life presents me without resistance. I try to find out what the universe is trying to teach me so I can grow. I advance in freedom on the path of light. So again, this is a divine union, regardless of whether or not it's a karmic from a past life. It still is. And like I said, there's many different realities to how your situation can play out due to what you decide to do. You can quantum jump into the reality that you want to quantum jump into, and that includes to be in a relationship with this. So you'd have to accept it, and like I said, there would be no other way than to explain to your person and have your person understand why this connection is what it is, and to make them do the work that when they get triggered, they have to realize, well, that's something within inside me, and it's something that I need to work at, and to realize that regardless of how much it frustrates me, I still, I can't cut my nose off to spite my face, because there is this unconditional love, and that's the blessing, like I said, and I'm going to leave that there. So Gemini, if you resonated with this, if you're in a relationship that you're like, I love this person, but I hate them. Or again, I know that this person's supposed to be in my life, but they're also a train wreck. I know that this is a karmic mate. Well, then, this message was for you. And hopefully you got some advice on how to deal with the situation. And if you want to win a free reading with me, you'll remember to write the word inferiority in your, what's it, inferiority? I think, no, what was it? Now I don't even remember. Oh, it was tactlessness. That's right. You write the word tactlessness in your comment bar. So again, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, Gemini.